Next on Deck with Tim Black.
In no small part because of that one ad that the Trump team put a lot of money behind. That usually these measures impact a very small number of people.
I disagree with this.
Sarah McBride doesn't get a say. I mean, this is a biological man. He does not belong in women's spaces, women's bathrooms, locker rooms, changing rooms, period, full stop.
We had a trans congressman elected, and now they want to use the bathroom on Capitol Hill, and now Nancy is afraid to go pee-pee because she imagines maybe that person will be in the bathroom when she goes in there. And that person has junk. I guess, I don't even know. Maybe Nancy will look and let us know.
Mace introducing a resolution to ban transgender women from using the women's restrooms at the U.S. Capitol.
No, it's not legislation to make your life better. No, it's not that. That's not what it is. It's legislation to stop this one person from using the bathroom on Capitol Hill. Yeah, that's what the legislation's for. Because we all know that's really important. Democrats were making an argument that this whole issue was overblown, overwrought. Goofies like David Pakman, very annoying, very punchable face, David Pakman, and Brian Tyler, nobody black ever watched him ever, Cohen. And they were saying, oh, come on, this whole transgender bathroom thing is just over. It's being overcooked. It's BS. It's bull. It's people gaslighting in order to get votes and preying at our bigoted Trump supporters who are uneducated and over bigoted. They're wrong about that, but they're right that this is obviously not that big an issue that we'd have legislation. I say just put up a sign on the door that says, can't say that, Tim, you can't do that. Just got away from that. It took us 100 years. It took 100 years to stop black people from being discriminated against. Well, hell, a lot longer than that. I'm talking about since we had freedom. It took 100, like 1865, 1863, 65 to 1965, 100 years. How long did it take to stop discriminating against trans people? How long did it take? How long did that take? It took a whole 100 years for y'all to be like, maybe the people that built the country for free should be able to go pee-pee where they want to go. With us. But this is right away. Chop, chop. Chop, chop with the rights right now. Anyway, I just want to point that out. Yeah, there's literally only one person. So yeah, the Democrats might be right about this one. I hate for them to be right, but this is literally one person. Literally. I mean, there's people visit the Capitol and then they got to go to the bathroom too. But other than that, I'm talking about members of Congress, there's one. But look out, Johnson, there may be one more at some point. All right.
To transgender women from using the women's restrooms at the U.S. Capitol. The move comes just weeks after the first transgender person was elected to Congress. Democratic Congresswoman-elect Sarah McBride will be sworn in January. She responded in a post on social media. She writes this, quote, "This is a blatant attempt from far right-wing extremists to distract from the fact that they have no real solutions to what Americans are facing. We should be focused on bringing down the cost of housing, health care, and child care, not manufacturing culture wars. Delawareans sent me here to make the American dream more affordable and accessible, and that's what I'm focused on." Some of McBride's soon-to-be Democratic colleagues defended the incoming lawmaker. Congressman Joe Morrell telling Axios, quote, "I think we have a lot of problems in America. I don't think spending time worrying about the restroom is an order of priority here." Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez called the move plain bullying, while Congresswoman Becca Ballant said cruelty is the point. Our panel is back. Kristen Soltis Anderson.
Hold on a second, guys. Before they start talking, these people are uninteresting. But before they even, who cares? I'd like to talk to you about it. So let me bring my Tim Black virtual panel into it. All right, first of all, guys, so what do you think about this issue? Is this something that we really can be concerned about, or is this nonsense? I'll speak for me and you. First, I'll speak for me. I think when I was concerned about this issue, and I still am, I'm concerned about kids, minors, in like schools and general places like that. I'm not so much concerned about Congress. Yeah, I don't care if you're afraid. I don't care about your privacy, Congressperson, Nancy Mace. Yeah, you can go to another bathroom. You have legs and, yeah, if you go in a bathroom and you see a guy or something, just leave and go to another bathroom. Like, why would you need legislation? I mean, you could always just say, get out, and then get out. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting the urgency that there needs to be legislation. This sounds like someone's just trying to make a name for themselves. Yeah, I guess outing Michael Eric Dyson's text to you with a smiley face wasn't enough. Yeah, you need more publicity, more earned media. So you got to go with this. This is begging for publicity, begging for somebody to pay attention to you. It seems like that's all this is. I can't imagine this being anything else, and it's pretty stupid. Even if fundamentally I agree that, there should be separate bathrooms for people, and there are separate bathrooms for people. Unless you have unisex bathrooms, and there are unisex bathrooms, then everyone has to shut the hell up. Maybe that's the way you're going to have to go in public. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now we're starting to have concerns. But I'm not concerned about Congress, people, because that's a controlled environment. That's like, to go to the Congress bathroom, don't you have to be a member of Congress? I mean, I know when I go to like a Wendy's, you got to be you have to be a customer. I mean, since you guys are all customers of like Raytheon, Blackwater, BlackRock, or, all customers of all types of other industries, corporations, don't you guys also have to like prove that and then you go to the bathroom? I mean, I don't think I could just walk up and be like, yo. I don't think all the people that live on the streets of DC can just go to Congress for a quick pee-pee to drop a couple books off. So I'm not concerned about you guys because you guys have a closed environment. It's the rest of us who I'm concerned about. So this, in my opinion, folks, and we're just talking amongst friends, we don't have any power. The Democrats proved that when you tried to vote for them. And they threw your votes out. Not unlike trash the night before trash day. Chase, take the trash out. It's Tuesday. Let them keep going, guys. Continue. Get your responses together. Put them in the comments. Send a brother a super chat. I'll read it. Let's hear them talk. Okay, white person who thinks they know stuff.
Trans issues became such a flashpoint in this election, in no small part because of that one ad that the Trump team put a lot of money behind that really broke through. The flip side of, talking about this is that usually these measures impact a very small number of people, whether it's transgender women and transgender girls in women's sports, or a situation like this where there is one.
I disagree with this. I do disagree with this line of talking here. Sorry, guys, got to cut in again. When we say it impacts only a small amount of people, no! It impacts a lot of people. Everyone who's had to hear about it is impacted. Every person who's had this conversation is impacted. When you're talking about impact, you're just talking about the trans people. You're not talking about all the other people it impacts. Yeah. You know, has everyone heard the joke? I think Belinda Big Bottom, aka Esther from the Jeffersons, not the Jeffersons, from Sanford and Son. Sanford and Son. She was amazing in her day, man. She was beautiful. She had a joke. She said she used it on Fred or somebody trying to get a tip out of her or something, and she said it's amazing. You may have heard it. Some guy was like, "Hey, you gonna give us a tip?" And she said, "You want a tip, sucker? Don't eat egg salad if you plan on riding the bus." I thought that was funny. But see, the point of that is, if you're riding the bus, you're just one person. But if you had egg salad and it's a warm day, everybody gonna suffer. Everybody in proximity of the fart. What I'm trying to tell you is, when you're talking about trans and bathrooms and trans and sports, there's only a few trans people, right? Okay, fine, compared to the overall population. But it's like them eating the egg salad in the summertime on the bus with the windows up and the AC broke. A lot of people got to deal with this. Some people will smell it directly because they're closer to where the person's sitting. Others will just hear about it and ruin their lunch over the conversation from their friends who overshare of how funky it was. So what I'm saying is that's sort of what's happening. Like, some of us are downwind or upwind, or some of us are going to get this. So I don't think it's being totally honest when you make it seem like the only people being impacted, when you talk about it, you're talking about the trans person. But how many people does it take to be impacted? If there's one trans person at the school and everyone's talking about this issue because that trans person's going into that bathroom, that everyone's, it impacts everyone. And I'll even say it goes further. It would impact also the parents, because now they got to deal with it and talk to their kids. It impacts all of the principal, everybody in the hell. It could impact the entire town. It's this entire district, and this becomes So when you boil it down and you try to deflate it like it's just a bunch of people overreacting, you're not getting to the root of this thing, and we're not having an honest conversation. Okay? When Black people were getting lynched, though there were thousands of Black people that were lynched, it really only took like one in your town. Could you be like, they lynching people out here? Doesn't have to be a lot of people. Just one lynching was enough to make Black people leave town, leave their homes, leave their clothes, leave everything they knew, and migrate to the north. That's how you got Black people in those northern cities, those blue states. Yeah, not that many of us were dropped off in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going, Johnson. This is getting good. History lessons on the Tim Black Show. Hit the like button.
Member of Congress who is clearly being targeted by this bill. Clearly, Nancy Mace is going to get some attention for doing this. When you look at this back and forth, how do you see this cutting?
Well, first,
targeting by this bill. Targeted.
I think it's important to unpack why that ad was one that Republicans ran so often and ultimately felt was a successful ad in the campaign.
Let's watch the piece of the ad that you were just kind of running through that sets up this debate, or did, for the presidential election. Watch.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
That last line, Lanhi, really seemed to kind of cut through. And to Kristen's point...
Yeah, that worked. That worked like hell. That was a good ad, man, for the Trump. For the Trumper. Yeah, that helped push him over the top there. Some people say that was the most pivotal, most effective ad of the entire election season. And definitely was that the ads that Kamala Harris ran, particularly the ones with the guys going, "We're real men." That was goofy. No one watched Kamala's ads. I mean, you watched them because you had to, which I heard a lot of people on YouTube were like, "Tim, man, I'm tired of damn ads. Can't wait till this is over." Yeah, guys. I think that this is a non-issue for Congress. More an issue. I'll check back in. I'm going to unplug from this issue. And I'll revisit it when we start talking about schools, you know? We start talking about kids, because I think grown-ass people, we can make a decision here. And also, like I said, man, if this is the way it's going to be, and we're going to need to adjust society, we got to build more stuff. Hey, man, I know a couple black contractors who will go put up some bathrooms, some unisex bathrooms, and some trans bathrooms. Hey, man, let's retrofit some stuff. Let's go, Johnson. Hey, I know some black-owned businesses that I'm thinking of one now, the Tim Black Insta Bathroom Install Company, LLC. Trump? No? We spend money on other stuff. What about all these electric charge stations I keep hearing about everywhere and people talking about? Biden got charge stations for electric vehicles. I said, yay! Oh, shit, I don't have an electric car. Does he have $50,000 tax incentive for electric car? No.
Join the Tim Black Show live Sunday through Friday right here on YouTube. Don't miss it. See you there. Wolfpack.